Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Tuesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. It's back to a day two. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you to participate in the Mindful Minute. I know we're all coming in after a 2-hour delay, and so our day is a little bit off from our normal routine. And if you're like me, when I'm off routine, things just don't seem right. Not necessarily, at least. And one of the ways to get ourselves to settle is to practice a mindful minute, because that is a routine, that is part of our normal pattern of behaviors that we kick off the day with. And, well, here we are. This is an opportunity to get ourselves to truly arrive here at school, not just physically, but also in our awareness, right? Being present. So there are a number of, even more of you guys actually yesterday shared with me some more of your breathing techniques, and I have to say I'm beginning to forget some of them. So again, if you can write some of these down for me and leave them with your teacher, who can give it to me, or you could just drop it off in the main office and Miss Newswanger could put it in my mailbox, that will help remind me. But let's go ahead and just begin by noticing that we exist. We truly exist, right? We're alive. Hopefully we are well. And using your eyes, notice one thing in your environment that is interesting, something that you hadn't noticed before. And one of you guys actually asked me yesterday, what am I paying attention to when I look away from the camera? Well, I'll tell you what, for me, something that's interesting that I didn't really notice because I've just taken for granted are the hinges right on my cabinets. You know, that's something that I find interesting right now. Using your sense of smell, what do you sense with your nose? And then with your ears, pause and listen. What do you hear? And then with your skin, what do you notice, right? Textures that are touching your skin, the temperature even. All right, I like to close my eyes. You don't have to, but let's go ahead and take our first breath in through our nose. Filling our belly up like a balloon, expanding it, and then breathing out through your mouth nice and slowly, arriving at this present moment. Breathe in and feel that air flowing in through your nose into your lungs, and then notice that moment when you stop breathing in and pause before you begin to breathe out. Breathe in once again. And breathe out, sinking into that chair into which you are seated. Breathe in. Allow your shoulders to relax as you breathe out. If you're trying to remember what breathing technique I'm using, I'm smelling the hot cocoa and blowing on it. So get yourself in the rhythm of breathing in and breathing out. Take into account the feelings and sensations throughout your body. Aches and pains, also parts of your body that feel great. Breathe in. I notice I have a sore back, for instance, and my ankles are a little bit tight. Breathe out. What do you notice about yourself? I also feel like my belly feels healthy and ready to go for the day. Breathe in. I also want you to think about what feelings and emotions you have bringing to school today. Breathe out. Today I feel a sense of happiness knowing that you're in school. What do you feel? Breathe in. And breathe out. You might feel multiple emotions, so simply sit with them, allow them into your body, recognize them. Breathe in. And invite them to tell you what they need to tell you. Breathe out. And in due time, they will disappear. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice, so choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You could go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank those of you guys who joined me for the Mindful Minute. I'm so grateful. It's so nice to have that company. I know I'm not actually sitting next to you, but it's just kind of nice to know that, you're engaging and being present at the same time I am, right? The other thing, too, is I want you to think about the friends who are around you. If you're practicing, and even if they did not participate, just think about how grateful you are of those students who didn't participate in the breathing, but were being respectful, which leads us to our 3 expectations. Are we being respectful to others as well as to ourselves? When it's time to do work, are you tough enough to tough it through, right? When you are angry, are you able to still interact and talk with your teacher as well as your classmates in a respectful way? That doesn't mean you can't share why you're upset, right? But there's a respectful way to do it and a not so respectful way. So choose the respectful fashion. And you'll be respectful because once you take into account what you've done today, later on today, tonight maybe, are you proud of what you've done? And if you are, then not only were you respectful to others, but you were respectful to yourself. Same thing with being responsible. Being able to take care of other people as well as the things that you can control. And that doesn't just mean your words that come out of your mouth or your hands and your feet or your belongings, but also taking responsibility with how you think and how you feel, right? That doesn't mean you have to push away those feelings, but recognizing them and letting them be a part of you, and you can observe them and then let them go. And finally, be ready. You're ready for the day, right? You did the Mindful Minute. You've gotten started. Are you ready to eat in the cafeteria, ride the bus? Are you ready to be respectful and responsible? Are you ready to be ready? And finally, don't forget, in the month of January, we are spotlighting the character trait of tolerance. Every single one of us is different, and that is a blessing. I savor that. I love it. I am so disheartened and saddened when people look at other people's differences and they want to make fun of it, or they think that they're better or worse. You never want to make yourself feel like you're better than anybody, but at the same time, you should never want to make yourself feel like you're worse than anyone. You simply observe each other's differences and celebrate them just as they are. And I'm going to say this again. We love you just the way you are. And with that, I will send you off. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I can't wait to see you guys around.